Meeting is now being recorded. So to start us off, tonight's topic is YV Tech. So this is your chance to learn lots about YV Tech, and I'll have Dr. Finch get us started.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Dr. Peter Finch, Superintendent with the West Valley School District. Just so glad that we have a representative from YV Tech with us this evening to be able to share information about the 18 specialized programs that are available for students from West Valley. This is for no cost West Valley students, and most of those programs are offered for dual credit, which is high school credit and college credit at the same time. So students can graduate with college credits and a college transcript. Very exciting to have these opportunities available for our students. Last spring, when we had a group of parents and teachers, community members talking about how we can improve, we're always looking to improve in West Valley, continuous improvement model. One of the things that we realized was that there's a lot of amazing programs available for our students, and that we need to do a better job of sharing that information with students and families so that they can know about these opportunities and have that as a consideration. Maybe the student would be interested in going to YV Tech in the future. So we need to share that information about all the programs. Now there's many programs, just some of them I'd like to highlight: nursing, law enforcement, dental assisting, culinary arts. These are all hands-on programs, a way of learning that students can really engage in a block of time at the Skills Center at YV Tech and learn by doing. So just really appreciate having a representative here this evening. It's 18 specialized programs through YV Tech, and just really looking forward to hearing about those programs and just know that all these programs are available for students from West Valley. Great opportunities for our students, and I'm looking forward to hearing more about the programs here this evening. So thank you.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Finch. So my name is Jed Waters. I'm Executive Director of Innovation at West Valley Schools, and kind of get a neat role if I get to see the awesome programs that we offer here in district, and some of the things that we can't offer in district, or we just don't have the capacity to, or enough to have teachers teach areas or technical rooms. It's neat that YV Tech is able to partner with us. So tonight we have Clem C from YV Tech. And so just kind of an overview before we start. YV Tech it's similar to like a high school, or it has some high school courses there. So it's not a YVC college itself or a thing after high school. It is embedded as part of a student's high school education. And Clem is going to tell us more about that, but it's kind of just another program that students can do while they were in high school.
Yes, thank you very much. My name is Clem C. I'm the career and college specialist for YV Tech, and thank you, Jed. Thank you, Superintendent. They're absolutely correct. We are a high school, and sometimes confused with the other two offerings in town. So we are not YVC, but a lot of our programs will help you earn some college credit there at YVC, among some other community colleges. And we are also not related to Perry Tech. Perry Tech is an adult skills center, and that distinction is really important because some of the programs that we offer are as capable as Perry Tech might offer, but you're getting that at no cost. So most parents, I would imagine, are going to be familiar with the CTE programs that West Valley offers. Career and technical education is a big thing in all of our districts now, and we offer 3-hour programs basically that occupy your students 3 periods of your day. And so we are career focused programs, just like most CTE programs would be, that are closely simulate that work environment, that career environment. So like I just mentioned a moment ago, the programs are 2.5 hours long. They take 3 of your periods during the day. So you do end up at the end of the year with 3 full credits. Those credits, actually, I'm sorry, Jed, if you'd go back real quick. We'll take a closer look at how some of those credits can be spread out, but each of our programs will be, or at their basic form, can be can be used as elective credits, but some of the programs actually have embedded English and math and art and physical education credits as well. And when we take a look at those credits later, I'll point some of them out. One thing that I think really sets a lot of our programs apart is that the relationships that our trainers have in these programs have been able to get some industry credentials that are unique to a high school setting, as well as students that take classes at YB Tech. You're also going to be making your first business connection. Our adult trainers come from industry, and so as you finish a program with YB Tech, you've really met your first industry connection. They're also going to be the ones that are having you meet additional industry connections throughout Yakima and potentially throughout the state and the country. Most of our programs are 2-year options, with the exception of the nursing program, which our nursing assisting program is 1 year. You can do in each program, you can exist for 1 year, or you can take that as a second year, but the second year option is not required. It just allows you to get just that much more information, make that many more connections, and give you more opportunities to do some mentoring and really work on building your resume. We are located behind the fairgrounds and really just behind the Sun Dome, if you've ever seen us. So yeah, you can go ahead and move on. Thank you. West Valley students, you'll see in that bullet point there, do need their own transportation to get there, and that my daughter goes to West Valley, and I've timed that trip down Nob Hill, and it's about 22 minutes for me, unless it's rush hour. But that's you know, that does take some planning to make sure that you're going to get both to YB Tech on time, and then of course back to West Valley on time. The schedule for a student that joins us in the AM, they would want to be to YB Tech at 8 in the morning, and that period would end at 10:30. So that takes the place of your first through third periods at the high school, and then you'd need to make it back to West Valley for lunch, and then your final 3 periods. If you join YB Tech for the PM, you would come to us after your 3rd period. So hopefully, you know, that gives you some time to grab some lunch and then make it to us by 12 o'clock. And our school ends at 2:30.
Yep, and our students, some of you might have students that maybe they wouldn't have to just take a high school course. Sometimes you have students that take a WVVA course or ASU as well. So there are some virtual options where you have some students that are attending YB Tech, coming back for part of their day at the high school, or attending online options, or coming back to the high school for a class or two and then doing an online course. That's one of the neat things with West Valley is we have lots of options, and YB Tech does a great job of really bridging those programs, as you'll see in a minute when Clem shows you those programs that we don't offer at the school. So it's kind of a great partnership that way too. We're not overlapping. It's just one more choice for your student to immerse themselves in some career opportunities that we do not offer right now in West Valley.
Yeah, and just to clarify that WVVA is the West Valley Virtual Academy. So a student could blend the online learning with the virtual academy with YB Tech. And then ASU is the Arizona State University online. So that's college credit online as well that's offered in West Valley. So Mr. Waters is correct. You can have a variety of options on ways to access YB Tech for those 3 periods, and then your other learning for the other 3 periods.
Yeah, thank you. And what I tell students all across Yakima is really your counselor is your best friend when you know you're wanting to attend YB Tech, because your schedules do get you do want to make sure that it's something that's going to be manageable, and that you're not going to be repeatedly late for one thing or the other. So I work very closely with high school counselors, and you know, when we notice that some certain scheduling things arise, certain issues arise, we're going to work really hard to make sure that that we can work around that and find a solution for you. But yeah, we recognize that transportation and scheduling is always going to be something that we have to look at. But again, your counselors are your best friends, and you'd be surprised at the magic that we can work in creating your schedule, your perfect schedule there. Go ahead, sir.
I was just saying, there may be some questions as I hand pop up, went down. So we'll provide plenty of time in the end to answer any questions that you'll have, but I thought Clem did a great job of telling us that, yes, work with counselors. We've had YV Tech to the high school to kind of talk about some of these opportunities. So students have heard a little bit about it. Counselors are very aware. They work close as YV Tech. So as start to work on those schedules, that's a good thing to look. But YV Tech does operate on Yakima School District schedule. So that's one thing to be aware of, is you are blending two different calendar year schedules. Sometimes there may be a day that YV Tech is off or West Valley is off, but the other one is not.
Right.
That's something
Yeah.
to-
And with that in mind, one thing that you'll get, you'll learn repeatedly as you are in our building is that we're going to communicate things like snow days and the Yakima school district vacations and all those types of things. So there shouldn't be too many surprises while you try to accommodate both schedules. The last bullet point on this slide here mentions our professional safety first mentality, and that's just something I wanted to bring up, in that each of our programs, as well as programs that you experience at West Valley, well, whenever you get into career-based training and you're using industry tools, there's a danger involved. And now you're going to be working with students from all around the district, all around the county, really. And you have to learn to trust people that are around you, and they have to be able to trust you. And so once you walk into our building, you're going to be reminded early and often that we're a professional building. Everything is very career focused. Your trainer is your teacher is more like your manager. And when you're put to work and when you're doing your projects and your classroom learning, you are treated like an adult if you can handle that. So when you come into the building, I think you'll be surprised to see the kinds of things that students are working on, and that they are trusted to do some things that are pretty mature. And I'm excited to share some of those with you on the next couple slides here. I think we'll share just a couple points about how this works. If you ever do end up at our website, and we'll point out some things later on, there is a programs area, and in that programs area of the website, you will see these slides, or these program highlights here. And the thing I want to point your attention to is there at the end where it says career focuses, and then in bold at the bottom, certifications, college credits, and apprenticeships. Certain programs do offer apprenticeships and internships, and again, we highlight the fact that these programs are also offering college credit and certifications if they do. I think of our building as really having three areas of focus, and one of them is going to be these auto collision automotive programs, as well as our trades programs, where students are really going to get down and dirty and work with some heavy duty tools. These two programs, auto collision repair, fixing the outside of your vehicle, and the automotive technology, fixing the inside of the vehicle, are very popular programs. Just to prepare you, when you are ready to register, or if your student is looking to register, these are the kinds of programs that are going to fill up very quickly. Right now, each year, we will open registration for the following year in February. So the February 1st, our application opened for the following year, for next year. And these are two programs that are very popular and are looking to be nice and filled up again. And we'll end up with a wait list. And the nice thing about having the wait list is sometimes students come in the building and they realize that they're maybe not up to the challenge. And so making sure that we have people in the wings waiting to step in, if we are able to open up spots, is a good option for people if they end up applying late and needing to join the wait list. Go ahead and go to the next slide for me. Thank you. So in addition to some of those trades programs and we'll see a couple more of them later, but we also the medical fields, which West Valley High School has some health offerings, but there are a couple that that would be a natural progression for you. The emergency medical services is actually combined with a fire science, and so students coming out of that program are going to have experienced stepping into an emergency situation. A former instructor used to say, if you have it in you to respond to somebody's worst day, and calm them down and deal with the emergency, then this is the kind of program for you. Law enforcement is, of course, going to be involved in that as well. So both of these programs operate kind of like a police academy and a fire academy, and you're going to be doing training very similar to what an adult would experience if they were actually in those academies. Very popular programs, but also very physical. Both of these programs will also earn you a PE credit if you want to use it as a PE credit. One of your 3 credits as a PE credit instead of the elective credit. Thank you. You can go to the next slide. In addition to those healthcare fields, kind of back to the trades, the positions where people are going to be really getting down and dirty, learning how to build things. These construction trades and electrical programs are also very popular programs as people are kind of looking at the economy and realizing that there are shortages in these areas. And so these are going to be programs where if you have the talent and the work ethic, you are never going to be without a job. Both of these programs are teach your student how to look for the union direction as well as the contractor type work. And so in addition to getting the electrician training, you're also going to be meeting the union representatives for the local, what's called the IBEW. And what's amazing about this electrical program is it is a pre-apprenticeship program as recognized by Labor and Industries. And a person going through this program will actually be able to step ahead of the line in front of adults that are currently applying to join the union because they are so closely monitored with Professor Kruger, who's running this program. The construction trades program is actually taught by a former Perry Tech instructor and has a similar line of thought in that your student is going to be meeting professionals in contractors, I guess, that work throughout Yakima, throughout the county, and as well as meeting union representatives from this. So both of these programs have a pretty high number of students that are going to leave these programs and go directly into those industries, which we're pretty proud of. But very, dangerous type programs. You're operating tools that can really hurt someone. So this is where your maturity and your ability to follow directions and respect yourself and the people around you is going to be very important. Let's see, is there anything else I should mention about these? As far as these 2 programs, they're also going to be the types of programs you want to make sure that you register for as quick as you can once we open those registrations. They will both, every one of the programs that we've mentioned so far should also be offering a summer school experience as well, which I'll answer or talk more about at the end. Go ahead and go to the next slide for me. Thank you. Thank you. And actually, the culinary arts program was mentioned earlier. It is a experience directed by one of our local restaurant owners. He used to own and run 901 Pasta, which is one of my favorite places to eat when I was in high school. But and now I get to eat his food all the time for free. It's great. So he's giving students an experience of basically the hospitality experience all the way up through the sous chef experience, where in that room you're going to see students taking on multiple roles, whether they're prepping, cooking, preparing our conference center for an event that's happening, even to catering large events. So students are getting a really well-rounded experience, and I've recently been chatting with some students who are actually going to be moving on to some culinary schools as well. So there, he really does help them build a passion. And then, of course, there are students that are really there to basically learn how to feed themselves and cook, even if they aren't planning on and going on to join the hospitality industry. Translation and interpretation is something I would like to draw your attention to if you or your student are bilingual. Being an interpreter, most of us are going to be aware that there are interpreters needed in the healthcare industry, in the education system, and even in the court systems. We could turn out as many interpreters as possible, and we would still need more. This is a high needs area, and interpreters don't actually need any college education. They just need to pass a DSHS test, and they become an interpreter. Interpreters make upwards of $30 to $40 per hour, and typically their appointments are about 30 minutes long. And so you would go onto a computer system and choose how many jobs you want that day, or if you don't want to work that day. So it's a great kind of entrepreneurial position. They are needed all over the valley, and if you already have a strong command of one or more languages, well, 2 or more languages, then this would be a really strong opportunity for you as well. And this program, translation and interpretation, is only offered in the PM, whereas everything else we've described so far is offered in the AM and the PM. Yeah, I guess we can go next. Okay. So here, of course, here's a list of some of our other medical programs. The dental assisting program, which is closely tied to YVC's dental assisting program, shares a clinic space in our own building. So you would be working alongside an operating dental clinic and really getting that immersive experience. Longtime instructor and college professor teaches this program and is a very high quality program, very rigorous program. Be prepared to really work your tail off. You get a lot of information, but students coming out of this program really feel successful and come back and love to talk to their former instructor. She's an inspiring person. These programs, all of these programs are offer at least 16 credits at YVC, and in the case of the dental assisting program, I believe it's 20. It's in the, I'd have to go back and look. It's in the 20s. There's a number of those dental assisting classes that you are actually taking while you're with us. I'm going to look at the nursing program there in the bottom right-hand corner. That is actually a certified nursing assistant program where students would be taking a clinical, that means an experience where they're operating in a clinic or in a like a nursing home, and doing work which prepares them to take a certified nursing assistant test before summer, or in some cases during the beginning of the summer. That's a program where you literally begin working that summer after your senior year. I recommend most people that they do take that their senior year, and then they can just go right into a career. And a lot of students will do that as they then go on to take their RN courses, or whatever other medical field they want to pursue. Now they can work as a CNA and make money while they're trying to pursue their other dreams. The pre-medical assistant then is a little different. It is a college level course that is meant to train you to be able to speak and work under a physician. So there is a little higher level of communication that needs to be taught in that class. And currently that class would actually have to be finished at YVC. We're hoping that in the near future that we can become a credentialing body for this, but you will get a great majority of your prerequisites done with us, but you would have to finish your medical assisting license at a community college. Top right-hand corner, we mentioned the physical therapy technician, taught by one of our district's sports medicine folks, and a wonderful person. Everybody seems to like him a lot, Mr. Josh Holliday. And you're going to be learning a lot of rehabilitation physical therapy work in there. A very popular program, and many different directions you can go with those trainings. Yeah, so thank you. Cosmetology, is this the last slide, Jed?
Yep, this is our last program one, then we go to some registration information.
Perfect. Cosmetology, I'll highlight this real quick. We partner with Elite Academy, which is located behind Red Robin. So students that come from West Valley to go here don't have to drive as far, about half as far. That school is located in the mall, in that little mall area just behind Red Robin. There, they're going to be starting on their 1,600 hours needed for their cosmetology license or their barbery license. The hours that you spend with us in this program do get logged with the state. They become your hours. So if you take this program for 1 year, you will have 500 hours logged for you, 540 hours logged for you. And if you take this program for 2 years, you will end up with 1,080 hours in that training. And then you would finish as a graduated adult. You would need to take the additional 420 hours, or 520 hours on your own. And of course, that school does offer scholarships, and so you will have gotten through about 1,080 hours for free, and which significantly reduces the cost of those last few hours that you need. So this is an incredibly popular program. Again, it's one of the ones that's going to fill up the fastest. It's very competitive to get in there, and you are going to be working alongside people who have started their own businesses, opened their own shops, and of course you'll have the mentorship to be able to follow your passion in those fields. There are additional types of things that they can do once you graduate and you want to continue on with your hours. There are different directions you can go, but very popular program with students all across the county. And yep, there we go. So this is our website, and it's yvtech.com. Typically, when it's registration season, there would be a picture on the front where you see our nursing gal learning how to put out fires there. Normally there's a picture right there that says register now and a button right there, but right across the top there is also a registration link, which would take you to a page, and Jed's been so nice to give us a little screenshot in the bottom right hand corner that shows the registration form button. Of course, if you have any issues with this, your counselors know exactly where to go. They have flyers in the counseling office that have QR codes and help you find the shortcuts to get to our registrations. And currently, if you were to register today or in the next few days, we are working right now with the high school counselors and with your West Valley counselors to get people placed and find what's right for you. So I really appreciate having you all having me here. And if a parent or a student or a group of you would ever like to come in and see the facility and take a tour, it's a very easy thing to do. I'm available most days. For drop-in, we can talk to your counselor to get a hold of us, or of course you can choose the contact us button, which you can see up there in the top middle of the website.
Mr. Seether, I think a good question too. Yeah, when I was principal, I always encouraged students to take a look at the summer programs and see if that's something that they might be interested in. They can pick up a extra, half credit or something like that, but then also see if it's an environment that they want to be in and if they enjoy that type of hands-on learning. So it's a good opportunity to do like an exploration, basically. And I think I know that not all of the programs are run in the summertime, but YV Tech still has summer opportunities, right? And I was wondering which grade level, if you just finished a grade, what can you do? When can you go into summer program? Dr.
Finch, thank you so much. You're reading my mind. These once you complete your 8th grade year, if you're an incoming freshman, so our standard year is only available to juniors and seniors, 11th and 12th graders, but that summer program is open to 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th graders. We will release the list of which programs are going to operate in the summer on May 1st. And then toward the third week of May, registration will open for those summer programs. And I really like what Dr. Finch had to say in that one of the things that I really like to stress to students is sometimes you don't know what you're interested in doing, and it'd be better to come try something and see if it's really what your passion or if you're really going to be excited for those careers without having spent the money to commit to it at a college setting and then realize that that wasn't for you. So coming and trying something for 3 weeks over the summer can be one of those ways to get to know the instructor. And if it's something that you like, you now have a contact and somebody really excited for you to come back. That would start, actually, summer school this year would start the third week of June and would run for 3 weeks, where you'd be still, everybody at that point has to transport themselves there, and it's a full day with us, but it's an exciting way to spend a couple weeks of your summer.
So it's real immersion. You get the full day experience.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then I did hear you say it's for students that have just finished 8th grade. They can go in and do this exploratory in the summertime at the YB Tech campus, and that's if they've just finished 8th grade. So that's a great opportunity.
Yeah, there's only a couple programs. I believe the automotive program hasn't been offered in the summer, and we're really excited. We're hoping that they're going to offer a class this summer. I believe that one, though, you would have to be 16 or older to join, just because the lifts that they use and some of the safety measures that they need to take. But everything else is going to be offered to everybody, and so you can look for us. That'll be advertised all over the websites on May 1st, as well as we'll be sending messages out to counselors to put the word out.
Well, thank you. At this time, we'll take any questions. If anybody has any questions, you raise your hand, then we can unmute your mic and you can share your questions. I'll turn off the recording.